What's up, everybody? Freebooter here, and I have an interesting item today. Okay, so this is a plush scarecrow, and I picked him up in a lot of toys today. I had zero idea who this was. I kind of thought he might be like a Chinese knockoff of the Wizard of Oz scarecrow. I just didn't know. I didn't see any tags or anything on him. So I did a bunch of Facebook research. I belong to a couple of research or identification groups on Facebook. And a couple of those people told me, that's the Wizard of Oz scarecrow. And I was like, oh, okay, exactly what I thought. It's like a Chinese knockoff. You know, his pants are different, his hat's different. He looks a little different than Wizard of Oz, but he is a Wizard of Oz scarecrow. However, after a little bit, a guy replied to me on there and said, no, that is not the Wizard of Oz scarecrow. That is the Ralston Purina Corn Chex mascot from the 60s. Boom. So, the funny thing is, that's what this guy is. He's the Ralston Purina mascot for Corn Chex from 1965. He's a pretty decently rare mail away offer only. You could only get him from a mail away. I believe it was on one of the boxes. The funny thing was that other people that I was talking to in another group refused to believe me. They refused to believe that this was from that company. They thought it was still Wizard of Oz until they did their own research online, and they probably researched this for an hour before they actually found the original advertisements for this guy. Then they believed me. Even funnier is the fact that there's 3 or 4 of these guys on eBay right now listed as Wizard of Oz Scarecrow RP Co. Just RP Co. Now, these people don't realize that RP stands for Ralston Purina. They just saw RP Co. and they didn't do any more research. So there's 3 or 4 of these guys listed as RP Co. Wizard of Oz scarecrows, and guess how many of the Ralston Purina versions of these are up? 0. There's none. Now there's 3 in the sold. There's 3 in the sold listings. Ralston Purina scarecrow. This guy's name is actually Checkerboard Scarecrow, or the Checkerboard Scarecrow. I forget. But he's probably going to go for about $25. Not really worth all the research I did, but it was it's an interesting thing how you can't always go by what's on eBay. So just because someone else on eBay has something listed a certain way, make sure you do all your own research, because if it's a rare item, you really have no idea what it is, and a lot of the time the people on eBay are just copying somebody else anyways. So you'll see 3 or 4 of these guys up. One guy put it up and just probably said RP Wizard of Oz because he couldn't figure out what it was. Then the next guy saw that and said, oh, it's a Wizard of Oz. And he copied that listing, and then the next guy copied that listing. And then nobody has the proper name for this. So basically, if somebody went on eBay and wanted to find one of these, the Purina Checkerboard Scarecrow, they would think that there was none on eBay. They would put in Ralston Purina Scarecrow Checkerboard, and none would come up. Think about that. Anyways, that's all I got for today. I'm out of here. Freebooter out. Peace.